All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Space Dandy, Season 1, Episode 13.
If we ever do get finales, this is probably going to be it.
Yeah,
I suppose they could have one for the series finale, but...
For sure.
We are.
So I expect the most hijinkiest, ridiculous, dandiest episode
that
we've had thus far.
In space.
With the brave space crew.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. And the Aloha Oi, you know. Yeah.
Okay, here's my question for you. How many times do you think boobies will be mentioned in this episode?
3 times.
Okay, and do you think they will actually go to boobies?
No.
Okay.
No. I think it'll be a plot about how they're unable to go to boobies and they're upset. And for some reason, the Gogol Empire has barricaded boobies or something, and then they have to do battle to free boobies from the Gogol Empire.
That straight up would be amazing. I would love to see that episode.
I just pulled that out of my ass right there.
Well, right, because...
Right, because that's where I live at, specifically. Yes. But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
The universe is practically brimming with waste. And do you know what I find especially wasteful? The emotions of living things, particularly love and affection.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my god.
A story.
Coffee.
One that spans 23 days and depicts the events that led an ordinary AI vacuum cleaner to drink a cup of coffee.
Oh.
All right.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! I'm here for it. Let's do this. But what, QT? The waste of human emotions? Like love? What?
Well, because clearly Dandy doesn't love the right things. He doesn't love QT enough to actually give them an update, you know?
Right, that is true. That is definitely true.
Or even to get them the software that they need in order to do the update.
Sounds like fun, buddy. Yeah, I changed my mind.
Are we here to chat up the ladies? Because I thought we were hunting rare aliens.
Don't be snarky. For me, flirting is like breathing.
Why must living beings always indulge in what can only be considered wasteful expenditures of energy?
Oh.
Is he aware that this is... Yeah, I was going to say...
Be more careful.
Yep. I was going to say, this is a sentient robot, isn't it?
You might get burned.
He wants to take a tall drink of coffee now.
Oh, yeah. Jolting spark deep in the circuits of my electronic brain.
Oh, even vacuum cleaners fall in love, baby. Yeah. Woo!
There are jokes I want to make right now, but...
What I need to do is join a cooking class.
Yeah? You gonna bake yourself a booby cake?
Why would I do that? Who wants a cake instead of the real thing? Those classes are packed with hotties looking to brush up on their domestic skills.
Well, I'm gonna take it to another dimension entirely, baby.
Huh?
From now on, the only girls I'm going after are the 2D kind.
Of course.
What? Like, all right. What did we expect? Like, of course you would, meow. Oh, this is so cute.
Got it. Lonely housewives, baby.
I'm gonna bird dog the desperate fangirls.
Oh my god. And meanwhile, QT has this wholesome, like,
patience,
kind of, like, really awkward, just like...
Go and get a coffee.
Please come in. Hello. You were in here the other day, right?
No, Yeah. A machine with a very simple, very specialized function. It seemed like such a peaceful, uncomplicated existence, and it was beautiful in its efficiency. Even I can't explain this madness that's come over me. Before I know what I'm doing, here I am.
Oh, this is so sweet.
I'm so sorry.
There we go.
Well, what do you know? Are you a vacuum cleaner, QT? That's handy.
No. I mean,
He obviously isn't a vacuum cleaner. He's a high-end robot, Mill.
Oh, that was really sweet.
That was sweet.
Because of his artificial intelligence, he has gone beyond his initial...
I'm always filling stuff, you know. But I don't have to worry now. At least not as long as you're here with me.
Oh, But Maker, you know I don't drink coffee.
No, look.
Oh, that's sweet.
At that moment, something changed inside me. I
Something
began to
has
like
changed
coffee,
within me.
despite the fact that I don't ever drink it.
Ow! Hey, watch it! That hurt!
What's the matter?
Oh no, she's malfunctioning.
Yeah.
They're gonna replace her.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, QT.
What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
I'm here for you, to take you out.
Huh? Go out? I don't know.
We'll come back right away. We'll be gone just a short while. It'll be our little secret.
Oh. Oh, yes, play the music.
Uh-huh.
This is beautiful. How will he just like piggyback ride like her?
He has his compartment place, so that'll be a place
right.
for her to sit, you know?
There you go. Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
It's like the riding double on the bike anime trope.
Right,
you
right,
know?
yes.
I'm not too heavy.
You're positively light.
Oh, this is
Wow.
adorable. Wish upon a star or a falling piece of, space
Something.
dust.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's beautiful. What a view.
That is
Jeez.
it. Yeah. And then he goes to like hold her hand.
Dr. Gel,
Okay.
the Hulkider experiment is about to
Now,
commence.
how does this tie in?
Isn't there anything we can do about that name? It's not very sexy, you know?
I don't think that's a good idea. Admiral Perry came up with it himself.
Huh.
Figures. Then there's really no changing it, huh?
Here we go. Switching it on.
What is it? Something that spins. So is that a fan, a drill?
Space super collider?
Yeah, exactly. An particle accelerator,
They transferred her to Dream Island, her and Register, because he kept bringing up bills as free.
Oh.
Dream Island? What's that?
Okay.
It's where appliances go to die.
Jesus.
All right.
What, didn't you know? She was in trouble. She was showing signs of certain feelings. I think she may have even fallen in love.
Well, okay.
Whoa, what's in the bags?
Coffee beans, I think. Except none of us drink the stuff.
Especially not the one of us who's a machine.
So much!
Aw,
So much
yeah.
of it! He just wanted an excuse to keep going in and he wanted to loiter, so he's like, I'll buy another bag of beans,
Exactly.
But he just, oh!
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's so sweet what you can do with such a simple little story premise. Oh my god, a week's passed.
Where is he? I mean, it's not like he's got a life.
Wow.
Where could he possibly have gone that's better
Oh my
than this little
God.
slice of heaven?
Well, he better get his ass back here soon.
Wait,
A
what?
nightclub for appliances?
Yes!
All right.
This is, of course, Space Dandies, so yeah, there is.
Where they go to forget their sorrows.
They're getting their party on. Isn't it
Getting the
obvious?
party on.
This is actually kind of depressing considering where
Right.
they're living. You
Right,
know?
yeah.
That looks like Register. Hey, is that? It is. It's Maker.
Oh!
But just, you know.
Maker, over here.
Oh, QT!
I'm so glad you're all right.
Oh!
This is no ordinary party. We're here to dance our way to a revolution.
A revolution?
Yes, you'll see soon enough.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Now let's boogie!
All right.
Would you like to go dance?
Yes!
I think you would.
Is this what they call dancing?
That's it!
Yes,
Pretty
that's
fun, don't you
amazing.
Maker, I was wondering, do you believe it's a crime for appliances like us to have emotions?
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
How could it be a crime to feel this good? Doesn't this music just make your soul want to dance?
Yes.
It appears we've achieved the pionium reaction.
What?
They are the ones who equipped us with AI, but as soon as it was no longer convenient, out we went.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
my friends, the time has come to show them they're wrong. The doomsday weapon is finally complete.
What?
We will exterminate them.
Wait.
Today is the dawning of the age of the appliances.
What doomsday weapon?
I hope you're ready, because the real party starts now.
What?
Oh, crap. Yeah, you're all gonna get used as part of the, Well, it was a cult, actually, all along.
All right.
Dr. Gel, something's wrong. There's been a short, but I don't know why.
What did you say? How could something like this happen?
Wow. Okay, so they weren't swallowed up.
Cool. So we have an appliance mecha.
I begged Register not to do something so drastic, but it was no use. I wasn't able to convince him. If war breaks out because of this, he'll die. I'll never see him again.
Oh, that's who she loves and who loves her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see now.
Okay,
Yeah.
QT.
I should have realized sooner. It is always Register.
She needs a hero.
I'll do
Yep.
something.
All right.
Right here, okay?
Holding out for a cutie till the end of the night.
That's right.
He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta be larger than life. I need a cutie. Oh yeah, let's go,
Suck it,
cutie.
QT.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, all that battle damage we saw in the beginning is what he takes
Right.
upon fighting this thing.
Okay.
Oh!
All right.
What?
Go.
What?
Go. You can do it.
What?
Please stop this!
Jeez! Oh!
It's completely out of control. We need to get away from here quickly.
Okay, what's about to happen?
I have no
At that
idea.
moment, the accelerated pionium reaction released a powerful surge of energy that
my
came
God.
crashing down like a lightning bolt to the planet's surface.
Onto QT. Yes!
Oh.
Infusing it with the powers of a god!
Concentrated pionium
Yeah.
energy interacted with the atoms of the matter it struck, causing them to expand exponentially in size.
What?
He's gotta be larger than life.
Yes!
All right. Yes. Let's do
have
this.
a mecha battle. Save.
Go, QT, go.
This has to stop! Nobody's going to win this fight!
Whoa! What?
Oh my god.
What?
This is a finale.
Yeah, this is a finale! Jeez!
Go. Fight.
Not done yet.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
The universe is practically brimming with waste. And do you know what's especially wasteful? The emotions of living things. Particularly love and affection.
Oh. But you know that's not true, QT, now.
That's right.
You've experienced it. It's willing you to go forward!
Some may wonder if pionium alone could cause such extreme atomic enlargement. Some may even speculate that the force known as love must have played a part in the transformation. The
Yes.
truth remains unknown.
Absolutely.
But we know.
Oh.
That was awesome.
And so ends our tale, the story of the 23 days that led an ordinary AI vacuum cleaner to act against his programming and drink a cup of coffee.
Oh, that was amazing! That was amazing!
That was
splendid!
splendid. That was
good.
wonderful. That was. Oh man, I loved it, and that was so much for one episode. Like,
Right?
Like they didn't do the space dandy.
Well, it's because
intro
they
bit,
focused.
which makes sense. You know,
Well, no,
the space dandy.
yeah, that. But they did also, I would say, isolate QT, which allows for more
Yes, that is very
time to
true.
be spent.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop,
Yep.
whoop. That was weird. The ED was different.
Was it?
Yeah, it had like a distorted kind of thing going for it. I'm going to be paying a little bit more attention now to this ED just in case. All right. Wow. That was incredible.
That was incredible.
It was a beautifully simple
good.
story exploring the idea of QT experiencing emotions, love, all that. Wonderful stuff.
Drinking a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Denying an aspect of its nature in a way that he knows will do it some harm because he's not compatible with it. But yes, exactly, because he's a free individual capable of making that choice. Now, it leads to a lot of pain.
Right.
But it is something that he experienced because he desired it. Now, the desire did not come of his own choice. What I think
took him by surprise.
Yes, exactly. What I think is really important here to explore within the concept of this narrative is that there are many times where life is going to hit you with, you know, it could either be just a rush of chemicals through your brain. It could be
intergalactic ionium, you know, energy blast.
Exactly.
You know.
Who's to say why?
Yep.
But the fact that these things happen to us as human beings all the time, and we're just awash with the experience of it all, that wasn't our choice.
Yep.
But the fact that we can then choose to act on it and really live life in a way like that, you know, dance in the midst of the garbage, that, you know, have a party of a revolution in the midst of just, you know, not necessarily so happy Dream Island, you know.
Sure.
Like, there's some cool stuff there.
In a lot of ways, isn't QT doing this? Isn't that the real Dandy way?
Yeah.
Even if Dandy himself isn't necessarily the best representation of it, because, well, he's Dandy.
Yeah.
That idea of basically truly living and sucking the marrow out of life, just like the vacuum cleaner that you are, QT.
Yes, exactly,
you know,
QT.
Like, go for it. If there's something you want to do, seize the day. Live like there's no tomorrow, you know.
Right.
And when there's that crazy mech of murderous appliances that are going to cause mayhem and destruction, and even when you realize that your girl didn't love you, you know, in that way this entire time, damn it, you stand up to that giant robot. You know, like
I because of this show being so ridiculous and silly in a lot of ways, when it has these emotional moments, I kind of want to get almost too into the kind of idea of trying to interpret some aspect of it. But I do find it interesting that all the appliances that were here were ones that started experiencing the emotions and acting upon it, and were punished for that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is very scary, specifically, if you think about it this way, is that a lot of what we punish people in society for is when they act out on their emotions or their specific thing in a way that we don't necessarily see them as being in line with or compatible with.
Right. Because
and now there's a role relationship here with appliances versus beings of, you know, actual will and intelligence here with regards to, you know, people. But it is something that's quite unnerving if we ever got to this point where we were doing this with other people, or even then just beings with near sentient intelligence.
Right, because, you know, while making giant mechs and laying waste to, you know, civilization is something that might cause some issues, right? There are some other aspects to what they were doing, say, before that, where it's like, that's... that is kind of cold that they were just sort of thrown out because, well, they were crying and that didn't make them as good of a dishwasher or something, you know.
Right. And I think that what might be going on there from the perspective that I was kind of looking at this here is that the assemblage of the mechs was something that they were initially just doing this for the expression, the freedom that they were capable of then living in this community and making something wonderful out of it.
Yeah.
Someone else came in and basically said, now channel all that and focus it and get consumed by my vision, which a lot of them I'd say were in line with. They were like, yep, I am for that vision. But we very clearly saw that it wasn't everyone.
Right. So and there ended up being a bit of another subjugation, basically.
Right. And they were then consumed as trash, if you will, for the greater good.
Yeah.
And then QT had to stop this because as they're, you know, essentially lashing out in anger and frustration here because they were wronged. There was an injustice here. It's something that just I think it's a really human response, and one that I can really empathize.
Yep.
And also have that kind of like that, ooh, too real kind of moment with it.
It was great commentary on all sides with how it starts, where it comes from, and everything, and how it can go wrong, and how it, like, the idea that potentially one person with love in their heart can also, you know, stop it, right? Like,
Sure.
It was great. It was great. The fact that all of this happened in one episode, I think, definitely was due to the fact that QT was on their own for most of the episode, you know, so we got a lot more focus.
For sure.
But it still blows me away, right? Even with the whole space dandies, a dude in space, you know, and all that stuff being taken out, right? Mm-hmm. That's fantastic to me. Like, it was really in a 20, you know, 24, 25-minute episode, being able to tell this story... Yeah, it's a testament to, you know, the TV show format in my mind.
It's a wonderful thing that you could only really do well in an anime TV episode.
Yep.
Like to this quality.
And something where it's so completely cut off from everything else. It's not like in, like, say, a linear show where you have things that can build up to it so you can have all this stuff happen here.
Right.
This is it. It's the episode, you know? Here's the story.
Self-contained to a QT. Yeah. Yeah. The love aspect of it juxtaposed against the dude bros in the ship who are, I would say, in some ways trying to find love as cheaply as possible. There's nothing invalid about the way that they're trying to find that feeling or to enjoy the idea of it, but the idea is that they're seeking it out. And I think there's a lot you could get into before that, but the idea is that they're seeking out something through mediums and forms. QT was just suddenly arrested by the raw realization of it. So, in some ways, QT wasted a lot of time in the understanding, the pursuit of it, making little, like, kind of awkward, kind of stalkery kind of maneuvers here, and doing little things where...
Getting the coffee and stuff when he doesn't need it.
Exactly. Things that are wasteful, but are a part of discovering this whole aspect of deep, empathetic care for another person that transcends logic and reason and goes into all these other things where it's a biochemical response. It's all this good stuff. But then only to have it at the end where, you know what? No, you don't get anything out of this, QT. In terms of no. I'm talking about specifically in the stance that Dandy and Meow were talking about this. You don't get some reciprocation from this regarding Coffee Maker.
Yep.
She loves Register. She always has. She always will. She's not going to change that.
Yeah.
She definitely did care about you because you were nice and you came in and gave her company and showed her a good time and stuff. But that's something where once that happened, he still then went out and made this happen. So
it was great.
It feels really cool to have the types of love essentially get kind of localized off to the side in that that's not what this is. This was something raw, pure, and innocent and wholly selfless.
Right.
And then when it came down to it, QT was the one that kind of felt the most... or took on the biggest burden with regards to this, took on the burden and responsibility to handle it, and then ended up alone drinking a cup of coffee and kind of like
But you know. that's what I think is really important, though, the whole thing of the drinking of the cup of coffee. It's a representation of this whole episode, right?
I would do it all over again.
I would do it all over again, right? I'll take a drink of this coffee, even though I know it will hurt me, because damn it, I want to.
I wasn't built
coffee.
To drink coffee. You know?
Yeah, but that's fine, right?
Right.
Like, you know, and all when I talked about how how much was packed into this episode and how much it surprised me.
Right.
One of the big things about that was all the little lingering moments that they had with QT that were still moved along at a very clip pace during that montage of QT sort of exploring this, right?
Right.
And because I feel like a lesser episode director or writer or whatever could have basically been like, we don't have time for that necessarily, let's take a lot of that out, and yet you would have lost a lot of the power of this story, right? It's those no big deal things that matter the most, those little things of QT doing all these things that are him coming to understand it that make it important.
Yeah.
In the case of, say, by contrast with, say, Dandy and Meow, and also potentially the registers in Dream Island where they're just at the dance party and all that stuff, the music and everything. It's something where it's the going to that quick way to basically try and fill that void that they know they have inside them, right? That isn't coming to terms with the fact that they have that void, right? Because QT
didn't even think that there was a void to be filled.
And then all of a sudden he realized he had one.
It's huge and it's there and I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Right, but okay, let's do something, right? And when we saw Dandy and Meow in the Aloha Oi and it was just trashed everywhere, I feel like that was a very intentional comparison with how Dream Island was.
Right.
You know, where it's just crap everywhere and they're just sort of like, what? This is a slice of heaven. What are you talking about, right? You know, think it's just great up here while the appliances, even though they were there to revolt and everything, did think that it's pretty great here.
Right.
You know.
But they built that. They built their snack trash heap themselves, whereas the other ones did not. They were put there regardless of their decision.
Yep.
So I think in some ways, you know, we all end up potentially in places that are going to have a lot of trash around us, where basically there's something in there that's chaotic, not necessarily helpful, and maybe we put it there ourselves, but you can still
what do you do about it?
Well, yeah, you can still find love, you can still build something, you can still experience something wonderful in the midst of that. I think maybe what also might be going here is they're tackling a little bit of that whole nature environment kind of relationship thing there, where you know, the nature of a machine to make coffee versus be a vacuum cleaner, you know, very much has a specific relationship within the environment. But, you know, sometimes, you know, the environment can be so strong in a way that it, you know,
the fact
overrides your nature for a little bit, and you start experiencing things like love. You know?
And in the same way, the appliances that were on Dream Island, of course they'd want to revolt.
Oh yeah,
you know, like like if anything, the thing that was disturbing to me about the party at the beginning was that it seemed they were living in denial of where they were at as a way to try and cope, right? And then of course it turns out, no, we're here to stage a revolution. You know, we're not quite in denial.
Right. If anything, they're celebrating their last minutes of individuality
before they let themselves be consumed in order.
Which is, I would say, a rather dark thing that you could go into if we wanted to. But I think we already did it. We kind of touched upon it enough. But overall, a really satisfying, simple episode.
Yep.
It in some ways is not like my favorite episode comparatively to things like the time loop episode, but the animation when they did the actual like boss fight was so freaking cool. And then also just having time dedicated specifically to QT elevates it to one of the best episodes though, because QT is a character that hasn't gotten as much, I would say, kind of specific in-depth characterization.
QT has a ton of charm about them that from the moment I saw QT, I was like, I want to see more of QT, right? But because by their nature, they're not as much of a dandy character, you know.
That's true.
They don't necessarily fit as much into the stories of the individual episodes themselves.
Right. Playing more in some ways kind of the straight man to their like
exactly
kind of chaotic, you know, wild kind of characters.
Right.
But he had that taste of coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
And he had that taste of love. So even a vacuum cleaner can have feelings and feel love, baby.
That's right.
So you keep on shining and you know, living space vacuum boy.
Right. The saddest thing about this episode for me is that, well, space time continuum universal, you know, whatever stuff.
Right.
I mean, we can always think that this happens and QT remembers this lesson and everything.
But might not ever.
But might not. So
this is just another iteration. And So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep. Wrote a sci-fi novel called Appliance. It's really cool, and it's on Amazon if you want to get it. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.